This week I took my son Skylar to Disneyland for his annual Yes Day, but unfortunately Disneyland and the weather made it kind of hard to give him everything he wanted. We started off in Disneyland, where luckily I had pre-purchased him the key to Disneyland because they were actually sold out the day we went. He was very excited to get this key, and then he picked his first activity of the day, which was to ride the fire engine down Main Street. From there, he wanted to use the key to Disneyland, and our first 3 stops were Adventureland, New Orleans Square, and Bayou Country. Then he wanted to take a quick break from completing his key to Disneyland to go on the mini adventures of Winnie the Pooh. After we were off the ride, he wanted his first treat, and he picked this blue Mickey sugar cookie. And then it was time for the only activity I had pre-scheduled for our day, which was the Fantasmic dining package at Cafe Orleans, because Skylar had told me earlier in the week that he wanted to watch Fantasmic. We hadn't actually gotten to Disneyland on this day till a little after 10 a.m., and we went to lunch a little before noon. After lunch was over, Skylar was ready to head into Galaxy's Edge to use his key at another key station and then to ride Smuggler's Run. Skylar got to pick first where he wanted to be on Smuggler's Run, and he wanted the 2 of us to be gunners. Then we made our way to our next 3 key locations in Frontierland, Toontown, and Fantasyland. After that, Skylar asked for his next treat of the day. He wanted his favorite icy that comes with a Mickey on top, and then he wanted to ride Rise of the Resistance, which is where we hit our first bump of the day. Unfortunately, once we got to the Stormtrooper room, the ride actually broke down and we were not able to go on Rise of the Resistance. We did wait in this long line so we could get an anything experience to come back later, but Skylar never wanted to go back. He did, however, want to go and spend over an hour on Tom Sawyer Island, and while we were on Tom Sawyer Island, it unfortunately started to rain. Eventually, after he was ready to leave Tom Sawyer Island, he wanted to stop on Main Street to grab a pretzel and then head to his 2 final key locations inside the fire station and at the finale topiary. He was very excited to get the Haunted Mansion pin, and then he wanted to park hop over to California Adventure. By the time we got to California Adventure, it was really starting to rain, and Skylar's first stop was to grab an umbrella that he wanted and to pick out a new toy. At this point, the lines were pretty long because of the rain, and Skylar said he was hungry, so I asked where he wanted to eat, and he picked Lamplight Lounge. I did think this was a weird choice for Skylar, but he really just wanted somewhere to sit down and play with his new toy. Luckily, we were able to wait out quite a bit of the rain at Lamplight Lounge, and after that, Skylar was ready to go on Midway Mania, then play in Redwood Creek Challenge Trail before asking to go on Mater's Junkyard Jamboree. At this point, it was time to head back to Disneyland for what ended up being our biggest disappointment of the day. Unfortunately, Fantasmic had been canceled and Skylar did not get to watch it. So instead, to try to cheer him up, he grabbed some gummies from the store and then asked if he could go on Submarine Voyage, Star Tours, and Astro Blasters. And then a little before 10, Skylar was ready to go home and he wanted to take the monorail out of Disneyland, and we did have a little bit of luck with this because for the first time, Skylar did get to ride in the front of the monorail on our way out.